E aí? Tamo aí, né, cara? Depois de alguns anos sem dar muita atenção pra esse game, né, cara? Muitas horas jogando o segundo, foco, né? E acabou que esse aqui ficou um tempo, né? Adormecido pra mim. E vamos aí, né, cara? Já rejogar agora. Acho que é um bom momento pra rejogar, né? Agora tudo legendado vai ser melhor pra mim entender, né? Muitas coisas da história. E é isso, né, cara? Vamos dar início ao jogo e é isso, né, mano? Vamos dar início aí a essa rejogada, né? Vamos ver como vai ser o sentimento depois de tudo que aconteceu no segundo jogo, né? Agora a gente tem uma visão diferente até dos personagens. E vamos ver, né, cara, como vai ser. É isso.
Extra! Extra! Health benefits only! Extra! Extra! Read all about... Hey, watch it, mister! Read all about it! Bill Williamson's gang terrorizes New Orleans! Extra!
Well, I, for one, am grateful, Mrs. Bush, that they are finally bringing civilization to this savage land.
I could not agree with you more, my dear. My daddy settled this land, and I know he'll be looking down on us, pleased at how we helped the natives.
Yes, they've lost their land, but they've gained access to heaven.
But, Father, do you mean unless an innocent receives communion, they're destined to go to hell? That hardly seems fair.
What I mean to say, Jenny, is that there is a great deal of difference between an innocent and a savage.
I never thought of it that way.
Yes, they lived like animals, but they're happier now.
Not only do people now have motor cars, Father, but I heard that pretty soon we will be able to fly.
No, only angels can fly, Jenny.
No, apparently people can fly. Didn't you hear? Out in Kansas, a man even got a car to fly.
I hardly think so, Jenny.
Apparently, Mr. Johns wants to run for governor, which is why he's so concerned with cleaning up the state.
Nate Johns.
Yes.
His family is nothing but hillbilly trash that came here after the war. I don't want to be judgmental, but this state should not be ruled by such a disgusting family. A family without class.
Apparently. The Johns family have made a lot of money, and he has a lot of friends in politics.
Mrs. Bush, money isn't everything. There are many things that money cannot buy.
It seems that money can buy voters, though.
What you must remember, my dear, is that we have been brought here to spread the word. And the word and civilization, they are the same thing. They are the gifts. It is the opportunity we have, the chance to live among people who are decent and who do not kill each other. And who let you worship in peace.
It's so confusing, Father. Sometimes I find it impossible to make the distinction between a loving act and a hateful one. I mean, they often seem to be the same thing.
Yes, Jenny, it is confusing. But you only have to ask me if you need help.
Indeed.
Well, here we are, Mrs. Bush. Armadillo.
É. Seus benditos, a moto é foda, né, cara? Não sei se vai sair no áudio. Tamo aí, né, cara? De novo. De volta depois de tanto tempo. Nossa, cara, a primeira vez que eu joguei isso foi incrível. Incrível. Esse jogo. Aham. Tá tonto já, né?
Marston! Mr. Marston, over here! You must be John Marston.
Sometimes.
I'm Jake. Your friends from Blackwater hired me to guide you.
They ain't my friends. Been pleased to meet you, Jake.
I got the horses saddled up and ready out front.
Esse cara eu não lembro se ele aparece. Esse Jake, né? Não lembro se ele aparece em algum outro momento da história. Ou se ele é só pra tipo, guiar mesmo nessa parte aqui do jogo, né, cara? Vou ter que tomar cuidado aqui com a estamina do cavalo, né, cara? Acostumado no outro jogo, a estamina do cavalo é praticamente infinita. Aqui já não é tão assim, né?
That's right.
Ain't taken nobody up to the port in a long time. Strange place for a decent fella to want to visit, if you don't mind me saying.
Who said I was a decent fella?
It's been abandoned for years now. Folks say it was built during the Mexican War. What kinds of soldiers around back then?
Why'd they leave?
Well, I ain't entirely sure. I heard they had to go up north to fight Indians, or maybe they got tired of being soldiers and went looking for gold. You know how things is. So what are you doing up at the fort?
I'm looking for an old friend.
Well, like I says, you ain't gonna find many folk round those parts these days. Those you do find are about as sociable as an old serrated back tooth. I mean, I ain't one to judge a man by the company he keeps, but...
Well, he ain't been friends for a long time.
Long time. É, cara, sensação diferente jogar isso aqui.
I doubt it. I ain't planning on staying very long.
Well, if you're fixing for some female company, you can do a lot worse than Armadillo. Fine as cream gravy they are. Not like Steve Flanders. Dang, those girls ain't even fit for a drinking man to hold up with.
I'm a married man, I'm afraid.
Ain't we all?
Sensação diferente, eu quis dizer, de jogar é tipo, você, né, ver os comentários dos personagens aqui, né? Mas agora sabendo de tudo que aconteceu antes disso, cara.
Lee Johnson, do you know him?
think I heard his name?
Says he got a telegram from some Blackwater big bugs asking for a guide. I guess it's none of my business.
That's right.
You ain't very talkative, are you?
Nope.
I'm just chewing the dog, mister. It's how I am. I don't mean nothing by it.
Trust me. There's things you're better off not knowing.
Damn coyotes. What a waste of good meat. Hell.
Easy.
Listen, mister. This here's what's left of Fort Mercer. Some gang rode in and took the place over.
So I understand.
This is where we part ways, friend. You have yourself a good time.
Let's go.
Então vamos, né, cara? Encontrar com Bill.
Bill! Bill, I've come for you! Bill Williamson! Come out here right now!
Go away now, John. Don't make me kill you.
Nobody needs to kill anyone, Bill.
You must think I was born yesterday. You always did think I was an idiot.
That ain't fair, Bill. You were as my brother. I've come to try to save you.
Oh. Do I look like I need saving?
Bill, please. They want to kill us all. I can help you.
You never tried to save me before. You only seemed to save yourself.
Bill, I implore you think about this.
You implore me? You implore me? You always were one for fancy words. Well, things are different now, John. Now I'm in charge. No more Dutch. And no more you. Implore me. I implores you to go back and tell them to send someone just a little bit more impressive next time.
Well?
Oh. Poor kid.
John também tá achando que a vida é um morango, né? 3 caras ali vai sacar o revolvinho dele. Roteiro também, né?
Well, you're alive.
So it would seem.
So, how do you feel?
I don't know the polite word for it.
I do. Stupid is the word we use around here. What were you doing?
I was doing something stupid.
Well, you'll be okay. Once you didn't die, the doctor said you'd be fine. He got the bullets out a couple days ago.
Good.
It cost us $15.
I'm sorry, madam. Should have left me there to die.
Did you want to die? I mean, was that it? Was that why you went straight out to Fort Mercer and picked a fight with the worst bandit in the county? To die, Mr.
Mr. Marston. John Marston.
Bonnie McFarlane. Miss Bonnie McFarlane.
Well, you may be right, Miss McFarlane. I don't know.
Huh. So what were you doing?
I was trying to give Mr. Williamson a chance. For old time's sake.
You know Bill Williamson?
Knew him. A long time ago.
What was he like?
Tell me.
Just like you.
Thank you, miss. See my hat?
I have. And, what will you do now?
Now I'm gonna take my time and go after him the less kind way.
Well, that sounds very fun, Mr. Marston. Quite heroic, just like in those penny dreadfuls my brother used to read. Meanwhile, if you'll excuse me, I've got a ranch to run. Of course, if you're feeling better, why not take a ride with me later? Help me patrol the perimeter. You can earn back some of that money we wasted on doctor's bills.
Of course. And thank you for saving my life, I mean.
Next time, Mr. Marston, I strongly recommend you don't try to lose it quite so earnestly.
I'll bear that in mind.
How do you do?
É, cara, como eu disse, é diferente a sensação, sabe? Tipo, igual ele comentou ali que conheci, não sei se ele era amigo do Bill ou se ele conhecia o Bill. Né? Então, tipo, aí você acaba lembrando, né, cara, dos acontecimentos do segundo jogo. Querendo ou não, o segundo é praticamente complemento daqui, né, cara? Tipo, você sabe de tudo agora, praticamente tudo, né? Ainda tem umas coisinhas de antes que a gente, né, não tem detalhes, mas é foda, cara. O cara tá olhando lá com binóculo. Vamos lá então, né? Prosseguir na história de John Marston.
Mr. Marston, back in the land of the living, I see.
Figured it's about time I started paying back that $15.
Well, no time to waste. The horses are saddled up over here. There's the foreman's office. It's also where we lock up good-for-nothing outlaws, such as yourself.
I'm happy enough with my current quarters right now, Miss McFarlane.
I picked out a fine horse for you. Come on, time for you to see what a real ranch looks like.
Acompanhe a Bonnie. É, desse jeito aí tá demorando demais, né?
To your right is the general store. You won't find Parisian high fashion, but it's good for the essentials.
Very convenient. I don't think I've ever seen a ranch with its own store before.
Essa música é foda, cara.
And here's the corral. This one's for the horses. What do you think?
I'm no expert, but it certainly looks like a fine corral.
I suspect you've stolen more horses than you've broken.
Now, where'd you get such an idea?
First impressions are hard to erase.
É, errada ela não tá, né? Mas...
That's the train station. Things sure have changed since the line finally got finished, bringing in all sorts of new folk like yourself.
Ih,
Is that such a bad thing?
Change is only good when it makes things better.
calma, cavalo.
That's the barn over there. Paul built it himself when I was just a little girl.
Little girl.
Hey,
Easy boy.
And here we are, back at the house. Let's stop for a while
while before we head out on patrol.
You'll get no complaints from me, Miss McFarland. Slow down!
What are you waiting for? Come on, I don't bite.
How about a cold drink, Mr. Marston?
Thank you, ma'am. Getting shot, then riding a horse seems to take it out of you. I could use a rest.
Sure. Come on in. I'll show you the house, and then you can sit for a while.
Thank you.
Mr. Marston,
Miss McFarland.
remember me telling you about the trouble we've been having with rustlers and other undesirables?
I do?
Will you help me keep watch on the property line this evening?
Sure.
I want to see just who is trespassing on our land.
This is a fine weapon.
Come, let's head out. The country is really beautiful at around this time. Come on, then. Let's mount up and take a look around.
Esse jogo é foda, cara. Esse jogo. Essa trilha sonora. Pra mim, ela supera a trilha sonora do segundo jogo, cara. Ainda mais essa música em especial. Em específico, né?
I feel a lot happier someone's along with me.
I feel a lot happier now I got a rifle.
Well, with your trigger itch and my feminine intuition, we should make quite a team.
Essa música, cara. Puta merda. Outra hora eu falo dela em especial. Que agora vai ter muito diálogo, né?
I don't believe it. Those damn rabbits are back. Give me a hand with them, will you?
Ah, tem que descer, né,
Get your
animal?
rifle out. It's about time these little thieves met their maker. Good shot. You got one. Having rabbit stew tomorrow.
É, cara, não repara não durante as gameplay aí, porque eu não sou muito bom em mira.
Still got plenty of ground.
Não sou muito bom. Minha mira não é boa aqui em console não, cara. Assim, tem que ser sincero nessa parte.
Let's go.
If it's not the rustlers stealing our cattle, it's the rabbits stealing our crops.
It ain't never easy living off the land like this. Maybe you should move to a big city. Become a lady of leisure.
Is that a coyote? Get those pets before they scare the livestock. That's it! Hurry! I bet they're going straight for the chicken.
Yeah. Load up now.
Whoa there!
Ué, cadê? Tá aqui, né? Pula, rapaz. Cadê? Ih, já era.
Coyotes! Just a shame we had to lose any of the chicken. All righty, Mr. Marston. I think we should call it a night. Come on, I'll show you the way to your room.
Come on, easy up now.
You know, you can
Ye-
actually handle a rifle.
It's something I've had a little experience in.
Maybe Bill Williamson did get lucky after all.
Luck didn't really come into it, miss.
You're a useful man to have around the ranch, that's for sure. But don't think I've forgotten what brought you here. We'll do whatever we can to help you.
I sure appreciate that, Miss McFarland.
Here we are. Thank you for your help, Mr. Marston. Makes me kind of happy I saved your life. Get some sleep and I will see you in the morning.
Good night, Miss McFarland.
Nível atual dos Olhos da Morte. Cara, se eu falar que eu joguei o jogo todo quando eu joguei no Xbox e nunca usei esse baú, cara. Nunca usei esse baú, nem tinha noção dessa história de munição, cara. É, salvar o jogo, né? E vamos lá, né? Fazer mais uma missão, né? Eu lembro, cara, fazer um comentário aqui rápido, né? Eu lembro, cara, de uma das primeiras vezes que eu joguei isso aqui, que se eu não me engano, tem bem tempo isso, então não tem muita clareza. Eu acho que tinha um cara encostado no poste à noite, debaixo dessa luz aqui, nesse poste aqui, e tipo, eu passei, ele me chamou pra um duelo, sabe, cara? Eu, tipo, eu nem imaginava que tinha isso no jogo, mano. E como, tipo, esse foi, né, o primeiro jogo que eu tive acesso, assim, da geração, né, que foi no Xbox, né, conheci só o Play 2 na época, eu vi aquilo, eu falei, caralho, mano, tipo, aquilo me surpreendeu, sabe? Né, uma coisa, tipo, hoje em dia é simples se for olhar, né, com a inovação, né, do jeito que tá os jogos, mas, tipo, na época, cara, isso pra mim foi, sabe, foi uma coisa que eu achei muito foda, achei mesmo, cara.
Oh, Mr. Marston, how are you doing today?
I'm well, Miss McFarland. Thank you. How are you?
Well, I'm fine, thank you. So, how are your ribs?
Fine. A little sore, but apart from a couple extra scars, it'll be as nothing happened.
Good. Come in, come in. You know, you never did tell me how you met that Bill Williamson, or what you wanted from him.
No, miss, I did not.
Well, why not, if you don't mind me asking?
I certainly don't mind you asking if you don't mind me not telling. See, it's a complicated and somewhat pathetic tale. And by telling you, not only will I be putting your life in danger, but also threatening the lives of some people that I hold very dear.
Well, I apologize if I seem to be prying.
And I apologize for my reticence. Hope you believe me when I say that it's simply out of respect for you.
Of course, Mr. Marston. I understand that a city dweller such as yourself likes to have some exotic secrets, so us country folk are impressed.
I'm no city man, miss.
Yeah, but I saw you get on the train at Blackwater. You with those gentlemen in bowler hats?
I'm still no city man.
But I bet you can't ride, Mr. Marston.
I hate to take money from a lady, miss.
Oh, you won't be. I'll race you right now.
If it makes you happy.
We'll see.
All right, I'll show you how we ride around these parts.
Por essas bandas. Cara, essa missão aqui eu não curto muito ela não, cara. Pra ser sincero, não curto, cara. Mas, início do jogo, né, cara, tem...
On the count of three. 3, 2, 1, go!
Tem umas missõezinhas mais...
Gentlemen, about this.
mais light, né?
You ain't getting away that easily.
Até que enfim está chegando o fim. Ô, missãozinha.
Whoa there.
That was fun.
Sure.
You know, you should go pay the marshal a visit in Armadillo sometime. I'm sure he could help you deal with that nice Mr. Williamson.
Yeah, I might just do that, Miss McFarland.
You do whatever you think's best, Mr. Marston.
Fama. É, acho que dá pra fazer mais uma missão, né, cara? Ainda mais nesse início de jogo, que o jogo no início sempre é mais parado, né, cara? É mais, vamos dizer assim, é mais um tutorial. Então acho que dá pra fazer mais um. O vídeo não ficar tão longo assim, né, cara?
Ah, Mr. Marston, how
Good, Miss McFarlane. How are you?
I'm well. Would you mind riding with me to Armadillo? I've got to get some supplies and I could do with the company.
Of course.
You can take the reins. It wouldn't do for a terrifying bounty hunter such as yourself to be seen driven around by a woman. Hop on up, Mr. Marston.
Suba na carroça. Pra mim é charrete isso aqui.
You're looking much better, considering you were almost buzzard food a couple days ago.
É, cavalinho, deu mole, hein?
So do tell me,
Deu mole,
have
ela.
you needlessly risked your life since the last boat?
No, miss. I have not.
Well,
Cavalinho não, cachorro, né?
perhaps there's hope for you yet.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Oh, there's always hope, Mr. Marston. You can't be a rancher in this kind of country if you don't believe that.
An admirable attitude, miss.
I suppose so. I can't think of any other way to stay sane, to be frank. What about you? Have you ever given up hope altogether?
Hope hasn't really entered into it. It's not really something I think about.
A peculiar outlook. I can't really say I understand you.
I can't always say I do either.
Oh, don't be so deliberately enigmatic.
I'm not, miss.
Yes, you are. You are being deliberately obscure as a substitute for having a personality.
I just know there are two theories to arguing with women, and neither one works.
I'm not even going to dignify that gibberish with a response.
Vamos lá então, armadilha. Entregar leite.
You never did tell me where you live.
I have a small holding up in Great Plains.
Farmer? Yeah, and I'm the Queen of England. And at what point during your day of hunting down outlaws do you find time to raise chickens? You're gonna get us killed.
Only been at it 3 years or so. I guess I'm kind of new to it.
You're telling me. So who's looking after this farm of yours right now?
Uncle. Well, he's not my uncle, as far as I know. Just an old dog who's as lazy as a lizard on a hot day. The kind of fella laboring under the delusion that age brings wisdom.
Sounds like the perfect person to leave in charge of your entire livelihood.
We go way back, and I didn't have a lot of choice.
I'd be getting back there if I was you.
That's what I'm trying to do, miss.
How well do you know New Austin?
I don't. We talked about coming down here many times, but never made it.
Who's we?
Me and the folks I used to work with. Yeah, New
Trabalhava.
Austin. Well, that's real outlaw country, where the old ways still hold true. Do a man wrong, he'll shoot you for it. Do a man right, well, he still may shoot you for it. But at least you have an idea of what's right and what's wrong there.
Dear, oh dear, Mr. Marston. What dreadful novel did you get that romanticized drivel out of? Those days are long gone, if they were ever here at all. According to Paul, those days were just people shooting each other because they lost at cards. We'll be lucky if our ranch survives another 5 years. Businessmen are the new cowboys.
É, eu esperei pra terminar o diálogo, mas não teve nada demais.
So this is Armadillo. Manhattan it is not, but it does okay for us. Most important thing for you right now is getting yourself into Dr. Johnson's office to purchase some medicine. The first one's on me.
Thank you, miss. I'll pay you back.
I'm sure you shall. The doc's a good fellow. He saved your life, so be polite to him. Meet me in front of the general store when you're done.
John Marston. É foda, né, cara? Como, tipo, no segundo jogo, eu senti, tipo assim, eu senti que eles colocaram um John mais, tipo, mais frágil. Fala durante a campanha com o Arthur, né, cara? Tipo, o cara mais não tão foda como ele é nesse, né, no primeiro jogo. Mas isso é uma opinião, né, algo que eu senti no segundo jogo e é isso. Ó, rapidinho carregou a charrete. Vou escrever.
Thanks for driving me. It was nice to be able to enjoy the view for once, and a little company never hurts now and again.
You're more than welcome, miss. Least I can do. Thank you for the medicine.
Why don't you have a look around Armadillo? You can always take a stagecoach back to the ranch later.
I might just do that. Travel safely, miss.
Try not to get yourself shot. I won't be around to save you this time.
É, um pouco de honra, né? Mas como eu ia dizendo, cara, pra encerrar o assunto, eu... Tipo assim, eu sinto que... Sabe, é claro também que, tipo, né, cara, eles criaram um jogo tão foda que foi esse aqui, que, tipo assim, eles tinham que dar uma apagadinha no John no segundo jogo pro Arthur ter uma... Como se diz? Ter o impacto que teve, né, cara? Não preciso nem comentar, né? Mas enfim, vou encerrar por aqui esse vídeo, né, cara? Nas missãozinhas mais simples, mais pra gente aprender mesmo, pegar o jeito do jogo, né? Mas aqui eu sei que daqui a pouco vai ter uma ação, né, cara? E é isso, né, cara?